And then we have the Chiefs are up here again. Okay, Rob Blendon. Enforcement strategies regarding the use of dangerous and illegal fireworks.
All right, with less than 50 days to July 4th, we felt this appropriate timing. We brought this item before council last week. Staff presented the report discussing enforcement. I don't mean last week, I meant April 25th. Discussing enforcement strategies with regard to the use of dangerous and illegal fireworks, including a public hearing, and it was a special meeting. The recommendations of staff were approved. The ordinance was introduced and the first reading was waived. The item is being brought back at this time to adopt the ordinance, authorizing the finance director to record a supplemental appropriation. We've changed the amount from 25 to 27,100, and we'll explain that in just a moment. From unallocated funds to provide for overtime for police and fire, and to provide a fund for miscellaneous advertise and waive the second reading. At council's direction, staff prepared a hybrid alternative with the objective of creating a safer 4th of July period. While some of these measures would occur around July 4th, some would require immediate action, and these items include the creation of a public education campaign, increased directed enforcement by fire and police, a social host ordinance holding the responsible party of a residence or property liable for illegal fireworks, continue to explore a manner to host or help coordinate a public 4th of July celebration, and then a follow-up meeting after the July 4th, 2017 holiday. In the event the city does not experience a measurable decrease in the number of complaints and or illegal firework incidents, explore further options to include the possible prohibition of all fireworks in the incorporated area of Yuba City. And just to expand a little bit, Chief Daly is going to talk about the educational component. I think that one of those slides is on there.
Oops, there it is. So on the educational component, we met yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday with Darren and George and Shauna and myself and a few others, and we started to put together our campaign. And our campaign probably had, I don't have it off the top of my head, but probably 12 to 14 components to it. Everything from newspaper ads, everything from radio spots, video contests we're asking our employees and council to get involved in to help support the public education component. 30-second spots that we can get out there on Facebook, approaching it from the Facebook side as well as other social media. So I think we have a pretty good spread over the next 60 days of getting the message out via social media and other broadcasting ways to ensure that people know. Our phrase that we came up with was safe and sane or feel the pain, $1,000 fine. So we thought that got the message across, and so that's what you're going to see out there quite a bit over the next 50 days to discourage people from using dangerous and illegal fireworks. I think it'll be a good campaign, so we're taking full advantage of it, and so I'll be happy to answer any questions if you have any. Otherwise, I'll turn it back over to Chief Landon.
Is that an example of the font size for that safe and sane, that feel the pain? I think it needs to be huge.
I agree, and it will be.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was me trying to shrink it down to fit, so I'm sure that will change. I'm not the PowerPoint expert. So we're also going to do proactive enforcement as part of this strategy. Increased police and fire department personnel will be deployed between July 1st, July 4th. The Directorate Enforcement will consist of teams of police officers partnered with the fire department, a member, counterpart in marked and unmarked vehicles. Teams will be on patrol from 1900 till 0200, so 2 in the morning on all 4 of those nights. In addition to that, on 4th of July, to answer the YC 311 calls, we'll have an additional dispatcher. And in order to support our incorporated areas of Walton, we are going to, and we have talked with the Sheriff Department, they're going to provide us with a counterpart for the fire department to also explore during the same, to provide enhanced direction during that same period of time. So they will be there in that same area. Additional research will continue to be looked at for the 4th of July celebration. And the proactive enforcement will also have the opportunity to use our new social media ordinance that we talked about at the last council meeting, which will include writing administrative citations and the enhanced penalties for a misdemeanor. And in future efforts, again, we'll come back, we'll explore this, and we'll look at how successful it was, and we'll move forward from there. So the fiscal impact, the total cost of implementation of the enhanced enforcement along with a comprehensive public awareness campaign is $27,100. The recommendation of staff is to adopt an ordinance adding section 5602.2 to section 4-5.02 of chapter 5, title 4 of the Yuba City Municipal Code regarding dangerous fireworks, waiving the second reading, and authorize the finance director to record a supplemental appropriation from unallocated funds to the following accounts: $12,000 for miscellaneous advertise, $6,500 to police overtime, $6,500 to fire overtime, and $2,100 to police professional services, which will be used for the sheriff's department. And the alternative is to decline to adopt the dangerous fireworks ordinance, retaining ordinance in its current format, or to provide staff with further direction regarding, however, due to the time restraints, that will put a hamper on what we're going to do. With that, I'll answer any questions that council may have.
Any questions of the council or comments? Perhaps next year we could get the schools and even the our Parks and Rec to do a kind of a drawing contest, a poster, get a couple of series of those out, and then present them at the actual kids parade, and actually have those set up for parade day, and we could have them displayed and everything in a larger size, and get the kids educated into it, because they tend to drive the remind the parents not to do things.
Well, it sounds like you were at our meeting, because the idea that we came up for next year was we're gonna have a coloring contest this year, but it'll probably be through the Peel Democrat.
Yeah.
But next year we're gonna try and hit it like I think we were talking around March. We're gonna try and get a coloring contest going through K through 6, and then whatever we choose, that will be our logo. So we'll get so that'll be part of the prizes. Is whoever the winner is, their logo will be used for their drawing will be used for our logo. So we're going to meet that need.
Great,
Awesome.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Well, with that said, I'll go ahead and make a motion to adopt the ordinance, as well as authorize the financial director to record the supplement appropriation of $12,000
Waive the
and the $15,100 from unallocated funds.
Do I have a second? Okay, with a second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
But
Waive the second reading, right?
waiving the second.
Waiving the second reading. That's part of it, yes.
Thank you.
Unanimous vote on that. Thank you.